Hello and welcome to another edition of another book review. This week I'll be reviewing The Last Day by Seann Barbour. Unfortunately, I do not have a cover to share with you as I will be reading this. I read an ebook copy. Sean provided me a copy free of charge very graciously, and I will be exchanging that copy for a free and fair review. I'll give a brief rundown of the author's background before giving a spoiler-free overview of the plot. Talk about what I liked about the book, what I didn't like about the book, who I'd recommend the book to, and finish off with what I'll be reading for next time. Seann Barbour has a Substack. You can find more information about him there. I'll leave that link below if you want to check his page out there. But he's a self-published author. Has been on a few podcasts for his work in terms of some stories published, his short stories. He's written, according to Goodreads, about 18 novels. Some of them are series, some of them are standalones. This book, The Last Day, as far as I know, is a standalone novel. And if I was going to pitch it to someone, it's basically Groundhog's Day meets a zombie movie. You have a main character who is caught in a loop of every day where he wakes up and he is thrust into this world where he's trying to figure out what's going on. And a zombie movie basically breaks out around him. And so I thought that was a really, really interesting concept. First of all, I think he does a good job of treating it uh, tonally, treating it very serious. It's not a book full of yucks. It is a very serious book. There's a lot of blood and a lot of gore and violence, and so if that is something like it would, if something like 28 Days Later happened in real life, it would be very, very bleak and violent. And so that's what the book is, and he handles it with that level of care. It doesn't wink at you at all. It's really straightforward. Not to say there aren't moments of humor, but that's essentially what the book is. I enjoyed the main character. He's kind of our everyman character. He has his own foibles and his own issues in life, and the book deals a little bit with his psychology in terms of um, what he has brought on the world, and he I think is treated like a very realistic person who's kind of thrust into this situation unknowingly and just kind of trying to figure out the mystery of what's going on. So I thought all that was handled quite well. His writing in terms of action, I think, is pretty good. There are some moments where I was a little confused, but for the most part, his action writing is good. There's definitely some disturbing imagery in the book, and so if you're someone who shies away from blood and guts and gore, maybe stay away from this one because it is basically a no holds bar zombie novel. And there's some stuff that I liked a little bit less. The book is relatively short. It moves at a pretty good clip. What I like about reading self-published stuff that I don't always get when I'm reading um, published novels from publishing houses. I always have a sense of what's going to happen. It's going to go down this road, or it's going to go down this road, or it's going to go down this road. What I liked about this book is I had no idea where it was going, and I'd say for about 50 to 60% of the novel, you just don't know what's going on. And I did appreciate that feeling of I'm not sure what's happening here, but I'm on for the ride, along for the ride. If there are things I was going to ding the book for, I think that plot wise, I wish there had been maybe a little bit more there to explain some of the stuff. I felt the plot was there really more of an excuse to, as a writing exercise, to kind of go through the writing of a zombie novel. And I wish things were maybe a little bit more intertwined as far as that goes, of explaining this is what's happening, this is why it's happening. I wish that had been built up a little bit more, or maybe more of those seeds have been planted a little bit earlier to kind of make that feel more of a natural transition throughout the book. There's a little bit of like a political screed at some points in the book, and I felt myself kind of checking out during those times. It kind of ties in overall to the book itself, but it's also one of those things where it's clumped in one section of the novel, and it's another one of those things where I maybe wish we had found a way to kind of spread that out or cut that section down. But if you're someone who wants a no holds barred zombie novel with an interesting twist and a believable character, I think you'll really like this. It's a very quick book. You'll read it pretty quickly. I haven't gotten a chance to read any of Sean's other stuff, but yeah, you're either going to be into it or not. If you're someone, like I said, who it's a very adult book, and so I wouldn't recommend this to kids. But if you're someone who, you know, is in college or an adult older than that, then definitely check it out. If you're someone, if any of that sounds interesting, um, like I said, I think the action scenes are written pretty well. If there's dings on it, I think the plot could have been maybe stronger. And uh, yeah, so that is my review of The Last Day by Seann Barbour. Like I said before, I'll leave a link below if you want to check that out. But it is about a man who wakes up and soon realizes that he is in the middle of a zombie apocalypse, and that he is repeating this day over and over again until he kind of figures out what's going on. So it's a very simple elevator pitch for it, but I thought that elevator pitch was very effective, and I thought the idea was a cool idea, and I think it's like, executed pretty well. I think there's some issues with it, but overall, you're either going to be into it or you're not. So if that sounds interesting, check it out. I believe Seann has his work on Kindle, so you can check him out there. And like I said, I'll leave a link to his website. He also has a Goodreads page, but I'll leave links to those, and you can check out more of his stuff there. Next time, I'm going to be reading Sleepless in Hollywood, which is about the new Hollywood abnormal. And until next time, if you like the video, please subscribe to the channel. And I'll have my Twitter link below. Until next time, bye.